Hello ladies and gentlemen, I've got my cup of tea and we're about to go on a journey, good lord. This is Europa Universalis, I'm pretty sure I've said that right, 4, from the Paradox Development Studio, which is their in-house game development team. Now this is a grand strategy game. I have never played a grand strategy game before. I tried Crusader Kings 2 very briefly, but I'll be honest, I was totally lost. So I'm back. As I say, this is Europa Universalis 4. Actually, I quite like saying that. Europa Universalis. It rolls off the tongue. But what we're going to do is we are going to try and play the game. I'm a massive noob, and I think absolutely loads of people out there are massive noobs. And this could well be their first grand strategy game. So, let's try and play the game. Come with me on a journey. So, we should probably play the tutorial first because I don't know what I am doing. Okay, so the basic tutorial is going to give us basic controls and basic gameplay. Yes! Okay. It looks snazzy. Good lord. Right, anyway, so apparently it's put me as England. Paused. Okay, introduction. Well, I don't want to minimise the interface. Not yet, anyway. I need to see what it says. You can, at any time, pause the game by pressing spacebar. Or by clicking the time control interface. You can speed up or slow down the game. Okay. Exit? Ah, no, what have I done? No, God. I pressed spacebar and then clicked exit at the same time. We're already off to a really bad start. Yeah, I do. I want to resign. And we need to start that again. Your Majesty, hello. Okay, so basic gameplay tutorial. Yes, play. This time we won't quit the tutorial, because that's not clever. We'll actually do what it tells us to do, and not just, well, click exit. Okay, so we know about that. So if I press spacebar, it looks like I've achieved, there's a boat. I've achieved some sort of objective. Okay, so when you pause Europa Universalis 4, you can keep playing by issuing orders and taking control of the situation. In peacetime, you may want to speed up, while in wartime you may want to slow down. Okay. You can use your mouse pointer to move the camera. Yes, okay, well we've got that. You can use the arrow keys on your keyboard to do it as well. Oh, yeah, good lord, good lord. If you click the minimap in the lower right corner of the screen, you... Okay, so pretty standard fare, obviously. St. George's Channel, good lord. Oh, hang on. There we go. Okay, so we've got the camera control down, that's good. So to zoom out, you often... Yeah, well, we know. That's pretty easy. It wants us to press the buttons, though, okay. Seal of Europe, okay. Haha! Zoom in as close as you can. Oh, yeah. Let us see if you understood how you can use the camera. Try finding certain provinces by moving the camera. Okay, so we need to find the province of Aberdeen. So that shall surely be in Scotland. Aberdeen. There we go. Left click on the province. Whoa, okay. You have now learned how to control the camera. This is it. Let's control armies and fleets. Oh, yeah. Rebels have taken over the province of somewhere. Meath? You must defeat them. Yeah. Select the army stationed in London. Okay. By clicking on it or holding the left mouse button and dragging the selection box over the army. Okay, so now that you have selected the army, right click on any province to move it there. To get it to Meath, you first need to go to there. I'm not even going to... That's Welsh. Surely... I don't know. Gwend? Have the army selected and right-click on that place. Then unpause the game so it moves. Okay. Right-click. Unpause. The army is moving. Yes. Okay. You may need to transport your army to by boat. Click attach to transport button To load the army into the ships attached to transport. Ah, yes. The troops are now attached to the Royal Navy. To transport your... What the hell? Transfer... I think that was us getting money from our provinces, although I'm not entirely sure. Kind of makes sense that it is, doesn't it? Anyway, to transport your troops across the Irish Sea, you need to select the fleet by clicking on it or dragging the selection box over it. Well, that's the fleet. To move your fleet, right-click the Irish Sea province. Maybe I should pause the game, actually, because I didn't pause it and I'm kind of advancing time. To disembark your troops, have the fleet selected, then click the transport button to select your army. Okay. You know, we'll just unpause it. Nope, unpause, there we go. Now that your army is selected, right-click on the Meath province, where the rebels already... Disembark! So that bar is like kind of the progress. Oh, good lord, a bit of combat. Your army is now fighting the rebels. When the battle is over, you will have to besiege the province because it has been taken over by the rebels. The battle window will appear whenever you have selected an army that is engaged in battle. Okay. Unpause the game and defeat them. Ooh. Yeah, glory! Okay. I think we're sieging the place or something. Okay, victory. You have defeated the rebels and recaptured Meath. You have completed chapter 2 of the tutorial. In the next chapter, you will learn about production. Good lord. London. In this chapter, you will learn about recruiting regiments, building ships, and constructing buildings. All production takes place in a province. Click London. Okay. Each province is different and has different economic or military value depending on such things as base tax, trade power, strategic location, or what kind of trade goods they produce. You will learn more about these values later. Provinces are where all unit production takes place. You can recruit regiments, build ships, and hire mercenaries. Okay. Armies consist of regiments that can be 3 different types: infantry, cavalry, or artillery. Each regiment has 1,000 troops. So it's not a simple game, ladies and gentlemen, but if I remember rightly, the tutorial for Crusader Kings was a little bit... Well, Crusader Kings 2, it really confused me and I think it was kind of broke. This seems way, 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 way better, and I'm kind of... At least I've got some sort of basic, like really, really basic understanding of what's going on. Okay, in the recruit regiment window, you will see a list of all units available for recruitment. Recruiting a regiment will cost 1,000 manpower in addition to ducats. Is that the cash? Yes, it is. Manpower isn't important. You see, I'm not really up on historical terms either, so I will get confused quite a lot. Please do not rage, ladies and gentlemen, please. Without sufficient manpower, you cannot train new armies or reinforce existing ones. You can see your manpower in the top left corner of the screen. So, that's my manpower. Okay. Recruit any regiment in London to continue. So, let's get some cavalry. Yeah. You can build ships by selecting a coastal province and clicking the Build Ship button. Okay. There are 4 different types of ships. Big ships. Surely ships of the line, good lord. Light ships, galleys, and transports. Okay, so we need to build something. So... Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. We don't want to go there. Fire. Province improvements. Surely London can build ships, surely. Ah. So that was me saying that the tutorial is pretty good, but I don't know where the build ship button is. What? Ah. Ah, yes, we found it in the end. Yes. It's very easy to get lost in the menus, but I think we're kind of doing okay. So, build any ship in London to continue. Right. Let's build a galley. Okay, I think we need to unpause the game. Oh, that's not London. It looks like we're building a ship in the wrong place. Okay, there we go, there we go. Open the buildings tab to continue. Right. Okay. So buildings are categorized in different categories. You know what, we'll pause the game just a mo. The higher level buildings are called special buildings, and a province can only have a special building from one building category. I hope you're with me, ladies and gentlemen. Unique buildings are buildings that can only be built once per nation, and thus yield a larger benefit than regular buildings. So kind of like a wonder in civilization, I guess. So it wants me to build a dock. So, are you sure you wish to build a dock? It's going to cost 50 ducats and 10 diplomatic power, and it's going to take a year to build. Well, yeah, because it's going to give me trade power and local ship repair. Okay. There are 2 different queues for unit production in a province. The unit queue allows you to either build a ship or recruit regiments. You can also queue units. The building queue allows you to either construct a building, make core, convert religion, or change culture. Each of the 2 queues can do one thing simultaneously. Okay. As an empire grows, the larger it becomes, more difficult to manage. And I would say that again. As an empire grows larger, it becomes more difficult to manage. I kind of invented... Well, I inserted a comma where there was none. What a state. The production interface will help you make... with constructing larger amounts of buildings, transport troops, selecting a building from the list will update the map mode. Okay. So we need to click the production interface, which is this. And it's changed the map. Okay. Select a unit from the list, then click on the map to start production. You can either click directly on the map or click the plus icon. Clicking a province more than once will queue the ship or unit. Okay, so start production in 5 different provinces and then remember to unpause the game. So I need to start production in different provinces. So okay, so I've... I can sort of order the... Okay, so I've got 5. Okay. Unpause the game. And hopefully they will build. Yes, so we've got a load of... Whoa, pause. There we go. We've got... Oh, I think it's kind of autumn now. Where's the date? October. So, well, it's not... Well, yeah, it kind of is. We're getting into winter. So, anyway, this concludes chapter 3 of the of production. In the next chapter, you will learn about war. Good lord, this is the chapter we've all been waiting for. Oh. Our agents report the revolt was instigated by supporters from Leinster? We should not let this go unpunished. Well, we'll show them. Okay, so when you declare war on a target, you want to have a Cassius Belli on them. I don't know what that is, but... Again, historical terms go way over my head for the moment, and I'm pretty sure Europa Universalis, what a lovely name for a game, will actually sort me out in that respect. If you do not have a Cassius Belli, I've got a fat belly, does that count? Or justification for war, you will suffer negative effects from declaring war on them. Okay, so click the Leinster province, which is surely in Ireland. Okay, so then click the diplomacy. So diplomacy, and by the way, these menus look quite nice as well. The whole interface looks pretty nice. Select the conquest Cassius Belli with take Lannister. Whoa, okay, so where the hell is this? No, so we're on the diplomacy. We've clicked the province, then click diplomacy, then select declare war. Okay. Select the conquest Cassius. Hang on, I screwed that up. I don't know how to actually select it. I don't know. Clicking it's not doing anything. Select the conquest Cassius Belli with the take Leinster as war goal, then click declare war. Okay, so it was kind of already selected. Okay, move your troops into the Leinster province to engage their army. You must also besiege and occupy their province before you can continue. If you want to bring all your troops, you will have to ferry them over and merge them into one army. Okay. So, how do we find out their military power? Okay, so I guess this is... Well, they've only got 2... I'm a bit confused, but what I'm going to do is start moving our troops over. I mean, we've got a ton of troops, so what we'll do, we'll get that guy. Get him over there. It looks like he's going to automatically go over the sea. We'll get that guy over there. But actually, you know what we'll do? We'll put them there. And then we'll attempt to merge them into one army. One massive army. Okay, unpause. Alright, these chaps should make a move. Yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go. Okay. So now, I've paused the game. We've got a massive army there. Well, I think that's massive. I don't think the Leinster Massive can actually fight our massive army. So, we're going to order the combat. I say order the combat. It doesn't look like we've merged the armies. Hang on. I don't think we've merged the armies. Anyway, create a new unit, previous unit. Maybe they're automatically merged because they're together? I'm not sure. See, this is kind of another thing which is slightly annoying me. Like, I remember the Crusader Kings 2 thing that was full of stuff like this. I mean, it just says, oh yeah, and by the way, merge the army. But I'm not entirely sure how to do that. I would love it if the little green arrow was there going, yes, this is how you do it. So what we're going to have to do is just go to war. And by the way, the old score with the soundtrack of the game is quite powerful. Okay, so we're going to war. Unpause the game. We'll just keep sending troops in. Okay, I think we've got this under siege now. Looks like he's trying to escape. Okay. To demand tribute in a peace deal requires you to have a certain amount of war score. The war goal reduces the war score cost of that province by 50%. Having a claim on a province reduces the cost of diplomatic power by 50%. Click the Leinster province, then click diplomacy. Well, okay. We've occupied this province. Select sue for peace. Okay, sue for peace. And sign a peace treaty of any kind with Leinster to continue. So we're going to annex them. So that means they become part of our empire, I do believe. So we'll send a demand and we'll unpause. When a war ends, your two nations will have a truce unless you annex them because they wish to no longer exist. You can see which countries have a truce with and when they expire by hovering the mouse over the truce alert. Where is the truce alert thing? Attacking someone will have a truce. Attacking someone who you have a truce with will incur a severe penalty to stability and is not recommended. So you don't really want to do that because it'll kind of piss people off. But where the truce alert is, I do not know. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of buttons, ladies and gentlemen, all over the screen, but that's fine. Let's go next. So that concludes the basic tutorial for Europa Universalis. You can replay the tutorial at any time. Well, we don't want to replay the tutorial because I think we kind of understand the super basic bits. Yeah, let's resign. Your Majesty. Okay, so let's take a look at the advanced tutorial. See, the idea with me going through the tutorials is it would be pretty funny, I guess, if I just loaded up the game. But it's so complicated. I really need to understand what's going on, and I think this will really help people watching the video, especially if this is the first video you've ever watched on a grand strategy game. I'm a complete noob. You know, I said that at the start. So with me going over it like this, hopefully it will help you iron out any problems that you face during the tutorial and getting the very basic you know, parts of the game down. Okay, so this chapter is going to explain the interface and explain what it does. Okay, so ducats are one of the primary resources and are used to pay for everything from unit recruitment to building construction. Okay, manpower is an important resource that puts a limit on how many soldiers your nation can have. The manpower cap represents 10 years of manpower. Recruiting a regiment will cost 1,000 manpower per regiment. Reinforcing armies that have taken casualties in war will also drain manpower. Okay. Stability represents how stable your nation is. Stability is connected to revolt risk, tax income, and global trade power, and more. Maybe I can... No, I just thought maybe I could click on these blue things, but I can't. Stability can be increased in the Stability and Expansion tab and costs administrative power. Stability can be lost through random events, breaking truces, changing state religion, tea and biscuits, or having your ruler die in combat. That would be pretty bad if I actually died in combat. Oh dear. Prestige is gained by winning battles, wars, or through random events. Prestige gives your troops increased morale, legitimacy, and better relations over time. Okay. Only republics are affected by Republican tradition, and it primarily reduces national revolt risk. Republican tradition is lost by keeping the same ruler for several terms, so, you know, a republic doesn't obviously want a dictator, and is gained slowly every year. Low Republican tradition is associated with increased stability cost. Okay. Only monarchies are affected by legitimacy, and it represents how legitimate the rule of your monarch is considered. Legitimacy affects revolt risk, religious tolerances, and diplomatic reputation. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is getting quite complicated now, and it's obviously showing me where these aspects are on the UI, but complicated, but in a good way, I suppose. Envoys are characters that you use to perform different tasks. Merchants are used to collect income from trade and steer routes. Colonists are used to found new colonies. Diplomats are used to perform diplomatic actions. Mercenaries are used to convert the religion... mercenaries to convert religion, what the hell? Missionaries are used to convert the religion of a province. Envoys will return when they have finished performing their tasks. Good lord. Monarch points. So you have 3 resources which combined, they're called the monarch points. So you've got administrative, diplomatic... Okay. We gain these points each month, and the amount depends on your ruler and your advisor's skills. Okay. Alerts notify you about information that you might want to do something about. Left clicking an alert will take you to where you can do... Okay, so you have a free advisor slot. Actually, that's pretty good, because I would imagine this gets pretty difficult to keep track of what's actually going on. So, I mean, that's telling me I need an advisor. I have no mission, and I can hire a free military leader, which is pretty good. The production interface is designed to help you make production more efficient and easy to use. You can learn more about it in the production chapter in the basic tutorial. Well, we kind of learned a little bit about that, I guess, so... Okay. The Holy Roman screen allows you to see which nation is the Holy Roman... what? Okay. Okay, so this is going to give us information... Well, no, it's not, sorry. That's not. Get off. This gives us information about the Pope, basically. So you can try and win cardinals to your side, blah, blah, blah. Okay. This is the outliner. The outliner helps you by giving you fast information about the progress and statuses of your armies, navies, and build. Okay, so that's definitely something which I'd want to keep on the screen. Score represents how well your nation is doing and is divided by into 3 categories. The categories are administrative, diplomatic, and military. So that's what we've got over there. Obviously, add to the score over here. Okay. You can see score comparison in the ledger. Well, where's the ledger? Where's the ledger? Why, game? Is that the ledger? No, that's pausing the game. Oh, okay. Map modes will change the information given to you on the world map. The next chapter will go through that in more detail. Okay. Map modes are a tool to help you better get map modes are a tool to help you better get information. I don't think that's English, but whatever. About the world you play in. The default map mode is a terrain map mode, okay. Whoa, okay, so, I tell you what, this is one hell of a nice looking map. I'll give them that. So, this is a political map mode. We'll colour all the provinces in different colours, one for each nation. The political map mode can make it easier to see borders. Okay, so that's pretty good. Because, I mean, you can get a quick, colourful representation of what, you know, who owns what and what's actually going on. The trade map mode shows you provinces which belong to what trade route, and in addition also shows you where trade route flows. Okay. This is like map porn. That's what this is like. I'm just like, yeah. All of a sudden, I want to look at a map. I want to buy a book of maps. What the hell? Okay, next. The Imperial map mode shows which provinces belong to the Holy Roman Empire. Dark green provinces are Imperial provinces. Lighter green are the electors, and the brightest green is the Emperor. You may notice that some of your provinces, Bercia, Verona, and Feruli, belong to the Empire, which, while you as Venice do not. Okay. Well, where actually is Venice? Okay. Let me just take a drink. My throat is getting destroyed. Good lord. Good lord. Okay, so the religion map mode shows you the spread of religion around the world. This will make it easier to see which provinces are not of your state religion and where you might find friends or foes. Well, yeah. So Europe's predominantly Catholic, which obviously makes sense. Orthodox in Russia. Sunni, I think that's Muslims. Shamanist, Sunni again. Okay. The diplomatic map mode gives you information about where your cores are, who your allies are, and where your enemies are. The green stripes show you your core provinces and that you do not own. Clicking on a province belonging to another nation will update the diplomatic map mode with that nation's information. Okay, so if I click on Lithuania, it's kind of telling me about them and such. Okay. There are many more map modes to help you get information about what is going on in the game. Try clicking the More Map Modes button and have a look. Oh my god. Political. Well, we looked at religious. We can't see because that crazy arrow is in the way. Diplomatic. Economic. Sphere of influence. What? Culture. Region. Technology. Trade. Supply. So there's a lot of map modes, ladies and gentlemen. We can understand that. I'm beginning to understand why people sink so much time into these games, and this looks quite accessible to me. I think I was reading something about Paradox on the Polygon website, and they said, you know, they basically said they want to keep games complex, but they want to reduce the kind of like the complexity of the complexity. That doesn't really make sense. Like, basically, they want the games to stay complex, but they don't want them to be hard to get into. So it's a nice balance that they've got to try and meet, and I think they're doing a fairly decent job with this, especially considering I have extremely minimal experience with their grand strategy games, and they were very off-putting to begin with. This tutorial seems loads better, like way better. Okay, so trade is an important part of Europa Universalis 4. The world is divided up into different trade routes, with each having a different number of provinces in them. Provinces produce different trade goods and trade value of those goods transported to their respective trade nodes. Trade nodes are visible on the map as either floating buoys or cities, and they have light blue stripes connecting each other. Is it trying to show me one? Okay. I almost clicked exit, that would have been bad. A good portion of the trade power in a trade node comes from provinces and can be improved by building trade buildings. Certain provinces are important centres of trade and have a river estuary. River estuary, okay. I was thinking that was some sort of crazy political term. I think Yeah, we'll just move on. Both of these give a bonus to trade power. Your capital province, Veneza, is an example of a province that is important. That is an important centre of trade and has a river estuary. Okay. Click the Venice button to continue. Oh, good lord. The trade value in a trade node comes from the oh no, we've done that. Click next to continue. Okay. Your merchant can perform 2 different actions in a trade node. Collect from trade requires that you own a province in that trade node and will collect income from trade. The amount of trade power you have compared to your competitors determines how many ducats you gain in trade income. Okay. So let's collect from trade. I'm guessing it kind of doesn't matter what I do. Oh, let's get Antonio. I think we need to unpause the game, so... Okay, so it looks like the game actually pauses itself when there's a pop-up, which is pretty good, you know, so you don't actually waste time. But anyway, let's carry on. The second action your merchant can perform is to transfer trade power. This will transfer trade value from one of the trade nodes to another. The amount of trade power you have compared to your competitors determines how much trade value is transferred. Select the Alexandria province and then click the button to go to the trade node. I'm not too sure what to do with this, so I'm just going to get that off the screen. I don't think that was part of the tutorial as such. Okay, so it wants me to follow the big blue arrow. Okay, so Alexandria is obviously in, well, like modern day Egypt. So, go to the Alexandria trade node and have a merchant transfer trade power to continue. So we click Alexandria and transfer trade power. We'll get Antonio to go. So we need to unpause this. Days go down. Okay, something has gone on there. Oh, okay, so we're in trade map mode now. So the trade map mode shows you where the different trade nodes are, which provinces belong to them, and how trade is steered. As you see here, you are now steering trade from Alexandria to Venice. Are we? Yeah, so I think that's... Yeah, so that's the trade route we've got in place. Okay. Trade can only flow in the direction the arrows are pointing. Trade cannot be steered away from Venice or Antwerp. Trade power determines how much trade value is transferred from one trade node to another. Okay. So, trade power directly affects how large proportion of trade in a trade node you control. Trade power comes from provinces and from large ships that are protecting trade. So, if you've got trade, you kind of have to protect the trade. And it will obviously be more beneficial. There are also ideas and diplomatic advisors that affect global trade power. Okay, so it wants us to select one of the ships, okay. Light ships can be ordered to protect trade. This means that they will... Okay, so we can put these on... Yeah, so we can give light ships orders to protect the trade route. And we should probably protect the Alexandria trade route. Okay, so now it wants us to build more light ships, I think. So, click the production interface. Right, okay, so remember this one before. Build 5 light ships. Okay, so I guess these are all light ships, so it kind of really... We need to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now unpause the game. So we should actually purchase these ships now. Well, you can see that they're becoming complete. Okay, so 1. Okay. Okay, so that was showing how to kind of influence trade. I think I've sort of got that. And then obviously you need to protect your trade, because if you don't, then, well, that's going to be bad. So we go back to the tutorial menu. Good lord, ladies and gentlemen, this is I expected this to fry my brain. Maybe it has fried my brain because I can't talk anymore. A bit more than it has. But this tutorial is definitely way, way better than anything I've seen off Paradox. So, pretty good. So this, apparently, is the Spanish Empire beginner campaign. Okay, well let's go for this and see how far we can get. Okay, so we're Spain. So army recruitment is an important aspect of going to war. So so let's see if we can do this faster. So we need to recruit 5 land units. So what we're going to do is get men at arms, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're going to unpause the game. And the game's paused because construction's finished. Okay. So, missions are a way to set goals for your country. Missions can vary in difficulty and in terms of rewards. You can only have one mission at a time, and cancelling a mission will mean you have to wait 5 years until you can choose a new one. Okay, so click the no mission selected alert, which should be this. Okay, and I guess it wants us to do that. Select this mission as your mission. Okay, so we need to declare war on Granada. Right click the Granada province and select declare war. Cassius Belli. Select the conquest Cassius Belli. So this is the point of the war. Yeah, so before I was a bit confused. This time I could say, well, we can just show them superiority through a holy war, or we can just conquest them, and that's what we want to do, is just basically conquest them. So we'll declare war. So this is the war overview window, which gives you an overview of how the war is going. Okay, so... Okay. The results of the war will be recorded and are presented as war score. War score is gained by occupying enemy provinces and by winning land or naval battles. If an enemy occupies your territory or defeats you in battle, you will instead lose war score. War score decides what can be demanded in a peace offer. So if you've got a good war score, I guess you can demand loads of stuff in a peace offer. Have a war score of 100% to continue. So this means we need to attack. We need to attack our friends. So, let's move everybody there. Let's unpause the game. In fact, we get these guys down as well. Oh, I don't think they're mine. No. Just trying to click on some random units. Yeah. Okay, so we've got these guys down into like a fairly big army, and we're going to go into there. Go to... So this is the Battle of Grenada. Actually, whoa, that was pretty interesting. In fact, there is a way of speeding and slowing up the game, isn't there? There we go. So I've used the minus key so I can kind of slow it down so it doesn't happen so fast. So we can see what's actually going on. It looks like we've won quite big, so we'll speed the game up. He says I've kind of... Oh, I'll just click the bloody buttons. There we go. Pointless waiting around for that to capture itself. Okay, so we'll pause the game. I think we went way too far ahead there. We wasted a lot of time. So Granada is defeated, annexed them, and finished the reconquest of Spain. So we've got a war score of 100% against these guys now, which means we've just destroyed them completely. So select the full annexation. Oh, it's right click. Okay, so I left clicked. Right click the war overview shield at the bottom of the screen. Select the full annexation. That's what we want. And then click send demand. And then unpause the game. Okay, so we've actually conquered that little part of Granada, and it's back with Spain. That's fantastic. So the ruler is very important for the development of your country. You have 3 resources which combined are called... Okay, we've gone through that before. You gain monarch points each month. Okay. So can we select a leader now? Advisors boost how many monarch points you gain each month. They cost gold to hire and you can pay them salaries each month. Hiring a more expensive advisor will give you more monthly monarch points, but you'll gain less gold. Okay, so open the governments tab. I have no idea where that is. But the little alert window helped me out. Okay, so we can hire an advisor. So let's get this. Well, he's really expensive, and I think it's saying get the philosopher chap. Okay, so core provinces are provinces that your nation considers their home territory. It is important to make provinces into cores to avoid overtaxation. Overextension, sorry. A province that is not a core province has significantly reduced tax income and manpower. Having a claim on the recently conquered province will reduce the cost. Okay, so we need to make Granada a core province, so province even. So we click on it and we make core, which is going to use 10 of our administrative power, which we can obviously afford. And it's going to take 3 months for it to become part of, like, an integral part of our country. Okay. So we'll unpause. 3 months should go by pretty quick because we're running really fast. Okay. So it's saying maintaining religious unity is important for keeping your nation stable. So what we need to do now is convert the province of Granada to continue. So we're going to... It's telling us how long this is going to take and what it's going to cost. Okay. So we'll unpause the game. Oh, we can actually... did you see the guy quickly there? Looked like a little monk sort of thing. He had a little progress bar, so we could kind of see how long it's going to take. So it's now saying what we need to do is build a temple in Granada. So we've got the Granada window open, and I can't see a temple. All basic buildings can be built in every province, whereas a province can only have special buildings of one category. Unique buildings are buildings that can only be built one per nation. Okay. Construct a temple in Granada to continue. I don't know where the temple is. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it's a type of government building. Yeah. So we'll unpause the game. Spanish Inquisition. What? So this is an event. Okay, so this kind of will spice up the gameplay a little bit. Let me just take another drink. Christ. My throat's taking a beating. Okay, so events occur randomly as you play. They often give you a choice between 2 or more options. And dynamics are flavored to the game. Okay, so... The Spanish Inquisition was very active in the kingdoms of Castile and Aragon. Okay. It looks like we've got a problem. So it looks like we've got rebels. So... we need to defeat the rebels to continue. Now, is that their power? 7? These guys 17. So we'll send them into that. Those guys can go there. And we'll slow down the game and we'll unpause. In fact, we'll speed it up just a little bit. Anytime now, chaps. In fact, we'll speed it up a bit more. So it looks like we've got a little bit of a fight there, which we should win. Yeah, we won that quite easy. Oh, that's going to end up in a defeat. Yeah. Although this is a much more powerful army, 16 against 3. I think this is like the battle simulation kind of thing going on. Okay, so we've definitely won that, which is great. So stability represents how stable your nation is. Stability is connected to revolt, risk, tax income. Okay, click the shield in the top left, then click the stability expand. Okay, so we need stability and expansion. Then click boost. Good lord. Royal marriages. Whoa, let's pause. Royal marriages are a way to form a bond between your nation and another nation. With no units selected, right click a province in Portugal and open up the diplomacy with them. Okay, so Lisboa. We want diplomacy and click on the dynastic actions. we want a royal marriage. Okay. And we'll send that, and we'll unpause the game. So having royal marriages increases your legitimacy over time, but will give you a one-time reduction in legitimacy that depends on the difference in prestige and legitimacy of the two countries. Having a royal marriage with another nation, okay. Okay. Decisions allow you to reform even your nation in some way if the requirements are fulfilled. If you enact a decision and immediately gain the effects of the decision, some decisions can be large undertakings such as forming Germany or Italy. Okay. So we need to make a national decision. Form Spain diplomatically to continue. So that looks like there's loads of different ways to kind of personalise your nation as well, which looks quite interesting. So technology can be a lot by spending monarch points. Technology is divided, like the Queen just comes down and decides to invent some technology. Being ahead in technology will give you a penalty to technology costs. It's a good idea to plan technology and ideas so that the ones you do not require the same. Okay, so the ones that don't require the same monarch points. It is also a good plan in accordance with your ruler's abilities. So we need to unlock Noble Republic. It's going to cost 475 administrative power. Okay. The idea groups can be chosen at specific intervals depending on your administrative technology. The technology you just researched unlocks your second idea group. Idea groups are a way of specialising your country and to make it more unique and stronger at performing certain tasks. Okay. So we can give ourselves a new idea. Whoa, and we want exploration apparently, according to the tutorial. So we'll pick that up. The quest for the new world. So this is going to unlock the quest for the new world. Is an idea and exploration idea group that allows you to recruit explorers and conquistadors. So unlock the quest of the new world. Quest for the new world. Okay, and then okay. Okay. So now it's going to tell us about exploration. This is a very in-depth game, ladies and gentlemen. Good lord. Okay, so exploration and colonisation is an important part in Europa Universalis 4. Discovering new islands and founding new settlements is a relatively peaceful way of expanding your empire. Uncharted islands are hidden by terra incognita. You will need, so fog of war. You will need to an explorer or conquistador in order to move to terra incognita or move into it. So we need to recruit one. So select your fleet in. Okay, so the fleet. Christopher Columbus, naturally. Okay, so we can order these guys into the new world. What, we'll order them there. Unpause the game, and he should move. Have your fleets follow the arrow. Okay. Seems to be going slightly. The frame rate's dropping quite a bit, but it is running at maximum speed. So it looks like we found the new world. Click this province. Okay. Colonies can be founded by nations that have access to colonists. Okay, so we need to send our colonists and start chopping the trees down, good lord. We'll unpause this. So once settled, the colony will take some time to grow before it becomes self-sufficient. The amount of new settlers in the colony will increase each month, and it needs 1,000 settlers to become self-sufficient. So we kind of have to keep giving them resources, sort of thing. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Did it crash? Or was that the end of it? It seemed a strange place to end. Well, I guess I'll leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. That has been a very, like an absolutely noob grand strategy gamer. Looks at Europa Universalis, and it looks a lot more accessible to me than previous Paradox titles. You don't have to be some absolute, grand strategy nutter to be able to pick it up. I seem to be able to grasp the fairly basic things there. I mean, a lot of the stuff, okay, kind of has gone over my head, but with time and actually playing the game, I can see myself learning that. I think it's going to take a lot of a lot of games to even get some of the basic stuff fully understood. But I quite enjoyed that, ladies and gentlemen. So this has been Europa Universalis 4. You can actually get the demo right now off Steam. Just search for Europa Universalis, or just put Europa in the search thing and download the demo, and you can check it out for yourself. I think it's restricted in, I think you get 38 years or something like that. You get it's a time restriction, so you can't endlessly play the whole game, obviously, and you're restricted by the type of nations you can use. But yeah, this looks pretty interesting to me, guys. I've been Stylosa. Remember, if you like the video, then like the video, and also subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming, and I'll catch you next time, people. Toodaloo.